Chelsea's Premier League campaign kicked off at Stamford Bridge with a frustrating goalless draw against Crystal Palace. Despite the promise of attacking football under Enzo Maresca, the Blues were left searching for answers in front of goal, while Palace showed grit and resilience throughout the 90 minutes. The game began with early drama. Palace thought they had taken the lead when Eberechi Eze's thunderous free-kick flew past Robert Sanchez, but VAR came to Chelsea's rescue. Mark Guéhi was adjudged to be too close to the Blues' wall, and the goal was ruled out. A huge let-off for Chelsea, but it was a sign of things to come. Robert Sanchez, between the sticks, had little to do overall but was called upon to deny Jean-Philippe Mateta in the first half. His distribution, however, was questionable, opting to go long more often than not and surrendering possession. At the back, the story was dominated by 19-year-old Josh Acheampong. Trusted with the central role in Maresca's three-man defense, he endured a shaky start, giving away possession that led to the disallowed goal. But then came his turning point, a perfectly timed crunching tackle on Daniel Munoz around the half-hour mark. The Stamford Bridge crowd roared, and Acheampong grew in stature from that moment. By the final whistle, the youngster had more than justified his manager's faith. Alongside him, Chalobah was solid defensively but will be haunted by the huge chance he missed to put Chelsea ahead against his former side. Marc Cucurella was busy down the left, buzzing forward and even trying his luck from range, but his finishing boots deserted him. In midfield, Moises Caicedo picked up where he left off last season, relentless energy, winning duels, and keeping Chelsea ticking. Enzo Fernandez, however, struggled to impose himself. The Argentine was unusually quiet, unable to dictate the rhythm as Palace's midfield pressed and harried him out of his comfort zone. On the flanks, Pedro Neto showed flashes of brilliance with his direct running, tormenting Tyrick Mitchell, but the final ball was missing. Cole Palmer, meanwhile, was strangely subdued. Chelsea's brightest star of last season drifted in and out of the game, often dropping deep in search of the ball but unable to conjure the spark his side so desperately needed. Jamie Gittins, full of pace and intent, offered glimpses of his ability before being replaced early in the second half. João Pedro, making his competitive debut, found himself isolated and largely anonymous against a stubborn Palace defense. The substitutions brought life into Chelsea's play. And none more so than Estevao Willian. The 18-year-old Brazilian lit up Stamford Bridge just seconds after coming on, beating Guéhi and whipping in a dangerous cross. His confidence and flair were a breath of fresh air, and fans will already be craving more minutes from the teenager. Liam Delap also made his Premier League debut, showing fight and determination but failing to convert his one big chance, firing straight at Dean Henderson. Andre Santos had the golden opportunity to win it deep in stoppage time, only to blaze his effort over the bar. A moment that summed up Chelsea's afternoon, so much promise, but no end product. As the final whistle blew, Maresca's side were left with mixed emotions. Positives in the performances of Acheampong and Estevao, but concerns over Palmer's quiet display and the lack of cutting edge in attack. Chelsea's new era begins with a stalemate, and plenty of lessons to learn before tougher tests arrive. Want to keep up to date with the breaking and important Chelsea stories whilst on the move? Well, now you can. Subscribe to this channel and turn on your notifications.